Hey guys, it's Once Upon a Witch here. Today I wanted to do a review of the Ukiyo-e Tarot by Koji Furuta. Um, and I love this deck for many reasons. The main reason is I got this for my birthday from Trevor from the store up in Park City. And the store no longer exists, sadly. So this is a remnant of what was there. And it was actually a beautiful store. They had a lot of different, they had stones, they had crystals, they had tarot decks, they had a lot of esoteric books, but it sadly went out of business. Um, so the caption reads, Artist Koji Furuta captures the serene beauty of the floating world in Ukiyo-e Tarot. This stunning full-color deck artfully portrays the traditional tarot symbolism with classic Japanese costume figures. The 78 cards are numbered and titled in both English and Japanese. And I believe, well, here's the back of the box. And then this comes with the instruction booklet. And this booklet is pretty helpful. It's a good little guidebook. It's by US Game Systems Inc. The foreword reads, For many years I have admired the beauty and simplicity of ukiyo-e art, with its handsome figures, casual poses, striking colors, and nobility of style. At every opportunity, when answering inquiries sent to US Game Systems from artists interested in submitting samples of their work, or when meeting Japanese visitors, I have asked if anyone knew of a talented artist whose work embraced the ukiyo-e style and who might be willing to undertake the arduous task of preparing 78 designs for a tarot deck. A number of artists submitted examples of their work, but for one reason or another, the samples did not seem entirely suitable. The cards I envisioned for the ukiyo-e tarot deck had to combine the artistry of the floating world with the traditional symbolism of tarot. Finally, in February 1980, I came in contact with Minoru Shigeta and E. Nakagawa of Angel Playing Card Manufacturing Company, Ltd. Through their kind efforts and cooperation, it was possible to commission Koji Furuta to execute the designs of the Ukiyo-e Tarot deck. Starting with the sketches and corrected paintings, the Ukiyo-e design slowly evolved into a complete tarot deck. Printed in 1982 in Japan by Angel Playing Card Manufacturing Company, and published by US Game Systems Incorporated. The original artwork for each Ukiyo-e Tarot card measures approximately 7'10" and is owned by the Stuart and Marilyn Kaplan Playing Card Collection. It is probably a fair observation that many new ideas are never followed through to completion. Fortunately, the beauty of Ukiyo-e Tarot deck has seen fruition. It is my hope that the imagery of the Ukiyo-e Tarot, with its mastery of line, color, and composition, will evoke as much feeling of admiration and enjoyment for you, the reader, as they do for me. If so, then clearly the deck will have justified the efforts of artist and publisher during the past 2 years. Stuart R. Kaplan. And so it shows the listings of the cards. Generally, the major arcana represent the physical and spiritual forces affecting humanity: illness, death, storm, strength, power, love, and religion. The minor arcana in the Ukiyo-e Tarot deck is divided into 4 suites: swords, representing spades, wands for clubs, cups for hearts, and pentacles, coins, for diamonds. The traditional suits, the signs of spades, clubs, hearts, and diamonds, are incorporated into each minor arcana card. In addition, the artist has chosen Japanese symbols to represent the tarot suites. For the suit of swords, a traditional sword, used in personal duels as well as in battle, is depicted. A sword usually has an ornately lacquered scabbard, but the finest scabbards were covered with tissue from the palate of the shark's mouth. Sword handles were intricately decorated. Sword guards, round, flat pieces that surrounded the blade and rested against the hilt, were beautifully wrought in metal. The wands are ceremonial scepters and used by Buddhist priests. Cups are hand-lacquered wooden bowls used for drinking sake in past centuries, but are now mainly used in ceremonies, especially marriages. The coins are like those used in the Edo period of Japanese history. The Japanese characters on the coins have been modified and now spell the name of the company that prints the Ukiyo-e Tarot deck, Angel Playing Cards. The four suits of the Minor Arcana each have 4 court cards, King, Queen, Knight, and Page, and 10 pip cards numbered 1 through 10. The Minor Arcana generally represents occupations, social positions, and status. Ukiyo-e art took root during the mid-17th century in the city of Edo, feudal capital of Japan after the unification of the country around 1600. Edo is now the modern city of Tokyo. The Edo period of Japanese culture and history was named after the city. Ukiyo-e was one of the cultural accomplishments of the Edo period and has continued to be one of Japan's most popular art forms. The ukiyo-e is a movement produced color prints and sketches by artists whose source of inspiration was the floating world of day-to-day Japanese urban life. The wealthy feudal lords of the early 17th century, the shoguns, enjoyed large scenes painted on screens, panels, and murals by classical artists. The development of ukiyo-e tended to focus more closely on individual figures. The shoguns kept their nations secluded from the rest of the world for reasons of political preservation and in order to prevent the encroachment of colonization on the feudal power. It was not until Commodore Perry of the United States Navy opened the country in 1854 that the Industrial Revolution entered Japan. Thus, for some 200 years, ukiyo-e developed without the influence of Western art. The term ukiyo-e is of Buddhist origin. Literally translated, ukiyo-e means this wretched world, and refers to transient nature of human life, with its fleeting joys and sorrows. Ukiyo-e ultimately describes a certain manner of life that artist depicts with portraits of men and women in moments of hope, despair, love, anguish, the whole range of human emotion. Often the scenes of beautiful women and handsome men were erotic. The figures included young men, geisha, female entertainers, courtesans, lovers, actors, wrestlers, and samurai. The rising middle class found itself with an excess of money and freedom to enjoy the pleasures of life, available at brothels and kabuki theaters. Thus, ukiyo-e was pictorial presentation of life's vicissitudes under the shoguns of old Japan. Ukiyo-e woodblock prints were first published by Moronobu Ishikawa. He prepared small, striking compositions depicted all the activities of everyday life. Ishikawa reigned for 2 decades as the preeminent ukiyo-e artist and illustrated many volumes. He issued several series of printed pictures in folding albums without text. And that's all I'll go through for the introduction. It does read on for a while more. I just find it very interesting. So, also, this just goes through each of the small meanings for each card. This has a little bit more information than most of the small books that come with a tarot deck, so I do like that. And it is similar to just the playing card style where it has the doubles. So there is the Two of Swords. Let me find out. Two of Wands. And I like how it incorporates the elements of nature for each card and then puts the spades or the clubs. Or, I don't know if I'm getting that backwards. We've got the Page of Pentacles. And the Star. So you can see that the artwork is, it's very similar to the traditional style. I don't know if they took a lot of elements from the ukiyo-e artistry, or if these were like original paintings that were reproduced. But I do love how it comes together, and they utilize the same format as the Rider-Waite style, but they just incorporate that Japanese element. And this is great if you're learning Japanese, because you can look through the numbers, and you can learn the kanji for each card. And I have been studying Japanese. I took 3 semesters of it so far, so I'm still definitely a beginner. Probably elementary school level Japanese, but I do find it very interesting. So this is an interesting card. Death. Excuse me, death. Um, we have the Magician, the One of Cups, um, and these looks they look similar to some bowls that I saw when I was at Asian City in the Salt Lake area. So I might buy one of these actually as like an offering bowl next time I go. Judgment. So I'm not going to go through every card. I just want to show you the favorites in the deck. So we got the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. And I didn't show the back yet, but this is the design for the back. And the cards themselves are a little bit glossy, but not too bad. They're kind of matted. Um, and they are very good quality. They're not too flimsy, and they're not too thick. So overall, I really enjoy this deck. It just has a lot of meaning for me, but the artistry doesn't have too much symbolism as far as the Tarot of the Spirit. I think the Tarot of the Spirit will be my main go-to deck from now on, just because of the in-depth artistry and the color schemes. But I hope you guys enjoyed the review of the Ukiyo-e Tarot. And Trail's trying to scare us.
Oh, they're fine.
I'm just kidding.
But I got Trevor pretty damn good. I was gonna.
And that was my roommate Sherelle. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Definitely check it out if you can find it anywhere, if you are interested in Japanese culture. And I think you'll really enjoy it. But once again, this is Casey, and thank you guys for watching, and blessed be.